Hello, I'm audible now? Yes. Is it audible? Oh, I'm audible now? Okay. So cool. Yeah. Sorry for the issue. Well, yeah. As I was saying, welcome all to the day one of HTML and CSS Essentials Bootcamp. So this will be a 3-day bootcamp where we'll cover all the necessary topics of HTML and CSS. We'll start. We'll go with the front end and everything. Then we'll start with the basics, what we need to get a to get front end developed. So before starting our session, I will brief you guys with what we are doing in day one. So day one will start from a basic website example. We'll look into a basic e-commerce website and try to find out the HTML skeleton of that website. Then we'll go into the theory part of HTML, like its abbreviations and all. Then we'll go with the ID procedure, like which ID is better and what are the extensions required to perform a code. Then we'll look into the boilerplate and some necessary tags, and we'll end today's session by this. So cool, everyone. So let us start the session. Today we are having HTML and CSS bootcamp by Nexel. Cool. Is my screen visible to you all? Yes. Okay. Great. So yeah, uh, today we are going with dealing with day one, right? So day one. Okay. Chalo. We'll start with day one. First of all, we'll go with some website. Suppose I go with Flipkart, right? So once you open a Flipkart website, what are the things you are going to see here, right? So basically you see some navigation bar here, like you have groceries, mobiles, fashion, and then you have sub menu for fashion, electronics, right? You have this sliding images. So these sliding images, we call it carousel. Yeah, kindly note down if you want to. The sliding images, what you can see here, these are carousel, right? Then we have another small grids, right? Products and all. Then we have our down, we have our footer, right? This part where you get a gist of the website is called as footer, right? We have a search bar here where we can search for the products, right? So suppose you are very new to the HTML world. So there are some basic questions which can arrive in your mind, right? You can think of can how we can add image to HTML, right? You will be having this question in your mind, like, and you will be having like how these images move, right? HTML is just a basic file. So before starting, let me clear a doubt, like HTML is not a programming language, right? HTML is a markup language, hypertext markup language. So kindly note down, okay? What is HTML? HTML says hypertext markup language, right? HTML is an hypertext markup, and this, what all we have seen, the navigation bar, the search bar, the content of the website, and then we have the footer of the website. So all this thing is called as HTML skeleton. It is known as HTML skeleton. Okay. So yeah, before starting to the actual HTML, we'll go with that. What we do is, so once we prepare the skeleton of the website, right? What is the next step we do? Once we prepare the skeleton of the website, what is the next step we do? Okay. Yeah, front end and back end. First we'll finish with the front end bootcamp, Adesh. Then first we'll finish with the front end series, front end bootcamp, that is HTML and CSS. Later we'll start with the SQL series as well. Okay. Is the class audible? Okay, cool. Yeah. So we'll move on to the this thing. Before actually, this was a little short introduction on what we are going to start. So before diving deep into the class, let me know which all universities have come here. Students from which all universities have come here. Kindly message. Message by your university name and the semester you are studying in. Okay, Srinivas University. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Third sem. Okay. Cool. Okay. So now, once suppose we prepare the skeleton of the website, right? The next step is to add design to this website, right? Before adding design, so for the design purpose, we use the CSS language, right? So CSS is the day two of our bootcamp. So day two will start with the CSS. So what we do is our main task is to design the website after we prepare the skeleton, right? After we prepare the skeleton, after we prepare the skeleton, our main task is to design the website, right? So this designing is basically done by CSS, right? So the designing is done by CSS. Okay, cool. So now, uh, basically CSS you can say as the styling script. Okay, it basically adds the animations, the design, the way you want to lay out the website, and the way you want the picture size to be, those everything CSS handles, right? After we design the skeleton, we move on to the CSS and we connect external CSS file to our HTML file through link tag. Okay, so don't be confused. We'll see each and every tag I mentioned here one by one. Okay, so let us start. Before starting, I'll give you IDE to download. IDE is basic integrated development environment. How you people need a book to write down your notes, same way we need an IDE to write a code and execute it, right? Every programming language needs an IDE. So in this case, we are using Visual Studio Code, VS Code. So go to the Google, just write down VS Code download, and the first link you get, just click on it. Here you'll get a download button. Okay, you'll get the link in the chat, no problem. From there you can get the download page. Okay, So download according to your system. If you are using Mac OS, you can download it for Mac, or if you are using Debian or Ubuntu or any other Linux based platform, you can download it here. And if you are using Windows, just download it for Windows. Okay. So once you download, you just do the installation, and then will open the VS Code, right? So this is how your VS Code looks when you open it for the first time. On the left hand side, you have a navigation panel with files, search, and all those things, right? And so before starting any programming, this thing, any programming, what you say, you before starting any writing your code in the IDE, you need to create a file. So what I will just do is I will go to my desktop, right? I'll create a new folder. I'll create a new folder, right? I will just rename this as HTML Bootcamp, right? So after creating folder in my desktop, what I'll go is I'll just go to Visual Studio, and I will, from here I will just open that particular folder, right? So yeah, now I have opened that particular folder into my VS Code. After we do that, what we need to do is we need to open a file, create a new HTML file, .html file. I will create day1.html. So those who don't know, HTML.html is an extensions for HTML file. Okay, write down this point. .html .html is an extension for HTML files. Okay, without specifying the what you say extension of the file, you cannot, the file will not be will not be read by the system, right? Once you specify that it's an HTML file, then system will get to know that okay, the particular file is performing an HTML task, so it will read it accordingly. Okay, so after you open, so there is specific piece of code which should be already returned in the code, so that the system gets to know that that particular file belongs to that particular code or that particular programming language. So that set of code is known as boilerplate. Okay, boilerplate, you can write it down. Boilerplate, boilerplate code. Okay, boilerplate is something which you need to what you say, have some specific pre-written snippet of code. Okay, pre-written snippet of code. So there is a shortcut in HTML to get that boilerplate code. You just need to write HTML5 and emit that abbreviation. So I will just zoom it for your clarity. Okay, just a second. So this particular code, what you see is boilerplate code of HTML file. Okay, how did I get this code is, there is one just shortcut, just write HTM, you'll get a abbreviation saying that HTML5. So 5 is nothing but it is just a version of HTML. So now we are currently using 5th version of HTML specifying HTML5. Just click on this. So Visual Studio by default will get the boilerplate code. Suppose few people are not getting, for that you need to download some very important extensions. Before doing that, just go to this navigation bar on your left hand side and go to the extensions, search for live server. So you will get this live server which has around 37 million downloads, right? So it is developed by Ritvik Day. So just install this live server. You'll get that link in the chat box. The live server link is given in the chat box. Okay, after this you just also download save typing extension. It is very handy extension, so I recommend all you to download it. Okay, so this one is the extension, right? Is the stream going smoothly? Let me know in the chat, please. Okay, so you have already got the link to download the extensions as well as the Visual Studio in the chat. You can use it for the reference. So once you download these extensions from the extension this thing, then you can get the boilerplate abbreviation as well. So this particular part where you get the tag, body tag, is where the website content is visible, right? Where the website content is visible. So this particular tag is called as opening tag, and each and every opening tag in HTML file has a closing tag with a slash in it, right? So if you say a body tag, this is a body opening tag and this is a body closing tag. Title tag, so what I will do is, for just reference, I will just write a p tag. So p tag is nothing but a paragraph tag. Whenever you want to write a paragraph in your website, you make use of this p tag. Okay, so what I will write in the p tag is HTML day 1 boot camp. Okay, fine. And if you want to see this particular in a web page, here on the down on the right hand side you have an option go live, right? If you're not getting this option, just right click on the file, and here you will get open with live server, or you can use the shortcut alt L plus alt O, right? So once I click open with live server, a live server will open where I can see the live view of my HTML file. So as you all can see, I have got my p tag visible in the web page through live server. So here it is showing that day 1 of bootcamp, right? So now this thing what you see on the top here, document, is called as title tag, right? If you change the title tag, that particular tab name gets renamed. What I will do is I will just write here Nexel. Nexel. Okay, so as you can see, as you all can see, the title tag is renamed, right? So the use of title tag, you all know, you have, now you are also familiar with the p tag, right? So we'll see heading tag one by one. So there are 6 heading tag. Before that I will just mention what we do. Okay, first we have title title tag. Okay, title tag. Then we have p tag, p tag for paragraph. Okay, then we have 6 heading tags. We have 6 heading tags in HTML, right? What are those? Those are H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So we'll see each and every tag one by one in our ID. So we'll start with this. We have 6 heading tags. Okay. So what I will do is I will just write down first H1 tag. Okay. In my H1 tag, I will write this is H1 tag. Okay. Then what I will do is I will just go with H2, right? I will write H2. Then I will write this is H2 tag, right? Then I will write H3, H4, H5, H6. Okay. Then I will write I'll just specify the content between the tags, and then I will rename the tags h6, right? This is h6, this is h5, h4, h3. Now you can all see the difference between the tags, right? So this is our h1 tag, followed by h2, then h3, then h4 and h5 and h6. So you can see there is difference between the size of each tag, right? So these are the heading tags. Whenever you want to write a specific size of heading, you can make use of these tags, right? The most used tag in websites while making websites is h1 tag and h3 tag, and as well as sometimes h2 tag. We rarely use h6, h5 and h4. So everyone familiar with the tags, h1 tags, right? Just let me know in the chat, please. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay, cool. Right. So now we have seen our heading tags, paragraph tag, right? Now suppose what I will do is I will just remove these tags, right? I'll just remove these tags. What I will do is I will suppose I want something bold in my this thing. It's a web page. I'll make use of B tag. B tag is used to write anything in bold. Bold text only, right? We'll see how it is displaying. So right, as you can see the difference between P tag as well as B tag. B tag makes the content bold, right? If you want anything to be specified in bold in your web pages, you can make use of B tags, right? So just write down B tag is used to make content bold, right? Now we have another tag specifying I tag, right? If you want anything to be written in italics, as you all know, it is a styling of writing your content. So this is it italics, right? So if you want anything to be written in I tag, so you can see, right? This is italics, right? So you can just write down I tag as well, mention I tag. So don't worry if you are just focusing on the bootcamp and not writing any notes. Once the workshop ends, within half an hour, the notes will be updated in the description box. From there, you can view the notes. Okay. After the live stream ends, within half an hour, the notes will be updated in the description box. Cool. Or in the community, you can check the community, WhatsApp community, right? From there you can get the notes. I tag is used for it. Okay, cool. Now as you all see, B tag and I tag in coming in one line, right? I want a space, like I want to break this line and want this I tag to be below the B tag. So what I will do is I will just specify another tag between B and I, which is BR tag. What is that? BR tag. Basically BR tag helps to break the line, right? See, once I inserted the BR tag between bold and B and I tag, we have a break line and the B I tag is below the B tag, right? So you can specify that as well, B tag, right? Now we'll see how to insert an image. Right, as you all see, right, we have seen in the Flipkart website there are images, right? So we'll see how to insert those images. So the tag used for the insertion of the website is known as image tag. It is known as img tag. Inside img tag we have some this thing, some elements as well, which is src, right? Okay, I will explain it later. First we'll see how the image tag works, right? What I will do is I will just insert one tag naming that img tag. So once I close the img tag, right, so there is a special case. Img tag can be read by the browser even without closing the img tag. Okay, without even closing the img tag, you can read it. Okay, so img tag we have src, then we have alt. Okay, so there is difference between src and alt tag. So what is the difference in the sense? So src is an attribute in the tag. Okay, it is not a tag. Src and alt are the attributes in the tag. Okay, in the image tag, src defines the source. Okay, I will just explain it. I will just take a snippet of this. Okay, I will just insert it here. Just make it large. Okay, is it visible? Fine. So what it is, that it states that here we have src, right? Okay, just a second, I'll just stop it. Okay, so here we have src, right? It is an attribute used in image tag. It is attribute. Okay, it is an attribute used in image tag as well as alt tag. So alt tag here says that it is alternate. Okay, just a second. I will write it like this. It is alternate. Okay, and this one specifies that it is src. Is this src refers to source of image. Source of image in the sense the source, the origin from where you are giving the reference for the image, right? So what I will do, I will just search for anything. I will just search for Nexel. Okay, we'll also search for Nexel and we go to images section, right? Excel, my lord. We have the logo, right? I will just copy link address. Just copy the link address of that image. Go to the ID in the src thing. Just paste the link reference, right? And in the alternate, what alternate helps in, I will just let you know. In the alternate, you just write Nexel logo. Okay, and then come to the display of the website. Here, see, as the src is not able to cooperate with the image tag, here the alternate tag is acting. Okay, so what is the main motive of the alternate tag in this is, when src is broken or the html file is not able to fetch the logo through src or fetch image through src, it will display the alternate tag stating that the image which is positioned here is a logo. Or suppose if I had inserted a car picture here, it says that it is a car picture. I will just write a car picture or car image. It will let me know that, okay, if the image is not processing, I will get to know that, okay, the image which is positioned here is a car picture of a car. Okay, so we'll try to change the website. Suppose I will just no, not the website, we'll try to change the image. We'll just write any, click any, take a car, or just copy image address. Okay, copy image address, not the link address. Okay, and copy image address, just try to paste it. Okay, and then once we go to our website, see, we have the image, right? We have the image of the car. Now what I will do is, I will just show you the use case of the what you say, use case of the alt tag, right? What I will do is, I will show you the use case of the alt tag. Okay, I will just break this link. Okay, I'll just break this link. Wait just a second. Okay, just break this link. Now the link is broken and it is incomplete. Now the source, the HTML file isn't able to fetch the source. So this results in the activation of alt attribute, that is alternate attribute, stating the property of that image or name of the image that is positioned in the HTML file. Right? Clear everyone? Right? So let us just summarize what we have learned till now. Right? We have gone with the HTML definition, which states that it is an hypertext markup language. It also states with the HTML skeleton. Okay, is the voice audible or issue by the, is there any audio disturbance? Let me know. Is there any audio disturbance? Is everything clear? Okay. Okay, yes. No disturbance. Okay, no disturbance. Okay, fine. Fine. So, okay, we'll summarize now. Then we have gone through the extension of HTML file, which is .html. So without without describing the extension, the file will not work. Then we have also stated the boilerplate code. It is some pre-written snippet of code which has to be there, right? Then we have gone to the tags. We have first seen the title tag and the p tag, which is paragraph tag. Then we have also seen the use case of the h1, h2 and h6, all the 6 HTML heading tags. Then we have seen the use case of b tag, that is bold tag, which is used to make the content bold. Then we have gone through the italic tag, I tag. Okay, then we have seen the image tag as well. Okay, then under the image tag we have seen its attributes, which is src and alt tag, the meaning of src and alt tag, right? Then we have also used the br tag, right, to break the line. We have also used br tag, right, to break line, right? So you people will be having some assignments in day 2 and day 3. Day 1 there will be no assignments given, right? Day, okay, there is some issue with the current. No problem. So we'll start. So day 1 you will be not having any assignments. Day 2 and day 3 you will be giving you will be assigned some small task, and that particular task you can share with us. The sharing process will let you know in the second day, that is day 2 tomorrow. So you will be getting a certificate. So before the certificate thing, once you complete the 3 days boot camp, you will be having a small MCQ test of 10 questions stating 10 marks. If you score 7 and above in the test, you will be getting the certificate in your mail ID as well as WhatsApp. And that particular certificate you can post in your LinkedIn, or you can verify and post it in LinkedIn. So I will let you know the procedure of verification. Just kindly open your LinkedIn account. From there you can just go to your profile, view profile, right? Once you go to your profile, you can go down and you will have a section stating that licenses and certifications. The plus mark, you can just click on the plus mark. you will get a screen stating the details. Just in the name you can write HTML and CSS bootcamp, right? Bootcamp bracket 3 days, right? 3 days from Nexel. Okay, issuing organization, you can search for Nexel, Nexel. The very first this thing, Nexel Futurize the Innovation, is the organization which is issuing the certificate. You can just click on that. You can write the issue date and the year when you get the certificate, right? Then credential ID will be mentioned in the certificate once you get it, right? Credential ID will be mentioned in the certificate. Credential URL, you can skip it for this thing. You can skip it for now. Further workshops or bootcamp will be providing you URL as well, and you can add the skill what you have learned through this bootcamp and then save. Once you save it, you will get the certifications verified, right? You got the procedure right? You need to specify the name of the this thing. You can just write a similar name. That particular name you will be getting in the chat box, right? We will just mention that thing in the chat box. Okay, then you will be also getting the issuing organization is Nexel, and the month and date on of the issue. Expiration date you need not to put it, right? Credential ID will be given on the certificate once it is issued for you, right? And then you can skip the URL, add your skills and save the certificate, right? It's clear, right? Okay, so this was the procedure. So yeah, so we'll end today's workshop and in the sense bootcamp here itself, right? The notes will be available after half an hour. Okay, so any doubts you can feel free to ask. Any doubts, anyone? Okay, what is alt tag? Alt tag is nothing but it is an alternate tag. Suppose if this HTML file is not able to fetch the source of the image, so it will display alt tag stating that alternate tag. In the sense, as we have seen in this thing, right? We have seen I had put a car image here. I have put a car image here, but I have broken the source as well, as the HTML file is not able to specify its this thing, what you say source. It will display the alt tag, right? It will display alt tag. I will write alt tag as car, right? It will specify the alt tag car, and then see if the source is not able to fetch, we get the alternate tag stating that the image particularly positioned here belongs to the particular category, or it is named as car. Okay, right? Clear? Okay, any doubts? No doubts. Okay, cool. So we'll end our bootcamp day 1 here, right? Okay, bye all, see you to the next bootcamp. Cool.